The EDUCAS WJEC specification asks us to consider Fletcher's situation ethics as a middle ground that can be found between two other approaches to ethics. This film will consider the three specified approaches to ethics and the reasons for Fletcher's rejection of those in favour of agape love. In addition, this film will consider Fletcher's rejection of the traditional ideas of conscience. Religious ethics had traditionally considered the Bible to be the basis of moral excellence, and the Catholic Church had followed natural law with its absolutist approach to ethics. In addition, Protestantism had taken a puritanical approach to ethics, placing its faith firmly in the commands of Scripture, which should be obeyed regardless of how much sense they make. This strict absolutist approach to ethics is known as legalism. They tell everyone what to do, set rules and laws, and see that infringements are punished. There is no room for individual circumstances or situations to be considered, because the laws are absolutely good, set by God, or reasoned through casuistry, and cannot be broken. Fletcher found this approach to be very restrictive. He described legalism as a complex web of laws that eventually chokes, and he quoted Henry Miller as calling it the immorality of morality. He regarded legalism as suffocating, binding, and rigid. One enters into any moral decision with a whole set of prefabricated rules and regulations that must be followed, and these rules take priority over any people in the situation. Fletcher equally disparaged the approach of antinomianism. Existentialists like Sartre and de Beauvoir had taught people that we can make ourselves and we have sole responsibility for our own behaviour. This approach meant that people could make their own ethical decisions, free from the direction of any other eternal being or set ethical standard. Fletcher was concerned that such an approach to moral behaviour was directionless, leading to an ad hoc, lawless and unprincipled approach to ethics. De Beauvoir saw no connection between one moment and the next, and thus rejected any basis for generalising moral principles or laws. This produced an anything goes ethic, with no way of judging behaviour as good or bad, right or wrong, and thus allowed people to justify any action at all. Antinomianism literally means against law, and enables people to enter into each situation with no principles at all. This approach was warned against in Scripture. Live as free people, but do not use your freedom as a pretext for evil. 1 Peter 2:16. Peter and Paul saw some Gentiles taking the offer as freedom from the law too literally and living as though actions did not matter. He saw this problem in Christians who claimed to be spirit-led in their moral decision-making, leading to random, unpredictable, erratic decision-making.